Hello people, this video is dedicated to group by statements in SQL. So what are group by statements? Now the group by statements groups rows that have the same values into summary rows. Now the group by statement is often used with aggregate function. The aggregate function, we have already studied the basic aggregate functions which are written here: count, max, min, sum and average, and round function. If you want to study, you can head to my previous lecture. Now, what is a group by syntax? Now, the syntax is select column name from your desired table. Then the condition of filtering, right? If you want to filter something, then you can apply where condition. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Now, the necessary thing is that if you have selected one column, then one column should be written here. And if you have selected two columns, right, then the two columns should be written here. This is compulsory, and you cannot write the aggregate function column in the group by statement, right? Because this is not a column. This is a temporary column which will be presented in the output. So we cannot group by something which is not present, right? So this is the modified output which is going to be present in the output. So we cannot write this aggregate function in the group by statement, right? Now let us understand this with an example. Now in this example, the customer A has purchased something from the shop twice, right? Customer B has also purchased something from the shop twice, and customer C has purchased something from the shop once. Now we want to know how much total amount each customer has spent in the shop. So to solve this query, the group by statement is used. It groups the similar entities by applying aggregate function. So what it does is it has separated like the entities with similar name, right? Now what it did is it applied aggregate function on the required thing that we want to know, and then it presented us with a table of the required data. So now the customer A has completed purchase of $20 from the shop, and customer B has completed $35 of purchase from the shop, and customer C has completed $45 of the purchases from the shop respectively. So this can give you the basic idea of what group by statements are, right? Now let's head to pgadmin and apply some examples. Okay. Now as given the previous example, I want to imitate that example, right? So what I'll do is, there are the customers are given here a customer ID in this output. So what I want to do is I want to know how much total amount the customer has spent, right? Now I want to aggregate the value of amount spent by each customer. So what I'll do is I want to know which customer has spent how much amount. So I'll select customer ID. And then I want to know how much total amount spent by a customer. So what I'll do is I'll apply some aggregate function and on amount column. All right. And then I'll apply group by statement. So what it shows here that sum, or let's write this in a neat way, has total. All right. Let's run this again. So this basically changes the name of the column. So basically total amount spent by customer 184 is $80. So this is what this query suggests. This is the functioning of group by statement, right? It has grouped all the payments made by a single customer, right? Now if we want to know highest amount paid by single customer, we can just apply order by amount, right? Order by sum amount, or we can write total, right? Now customer 148 has spent $211, which is the highest amount, right? So this is the basic functioning of group by statements. Now here's a interview question which the interviewer may ask you, that we want you to show only the second highest amount spent by a customer. We do not want you to show the highest and second highest. We want only one column, and that should be of second highest column. In that case, what we'll do is we will limit the row with 1, and we will write offset 1. What this means is that limit 1 means showing only one row, right? And offset means if we write offset 5, then it will leave the top 5 rows of the column of the given column and then print the 6th one, right? And in this case, offset 1 means that it will leave the first row and then print the second one. So what we have got here is the customer ID of the man who has spent the second highest amount in your shop. So this is how we do this. This is how we do the group by statements using aggregate functions. Aggregate functions are very necessary in group by statements. So this is all about group by statements.